Hello everyone, welcome to another extended clip video. Wanted to show an entire match, people have been asking for that, and figured I would toss this one up, at least for now. Maybe get a few more up before the end of the season here. Showing off Horus support, one of my favorite things in the game right now. My build in this video is a build I've been doing for quite a while. You can pretty much use it every match unless you really need some strong anti-heal and your solo and mid laner don't pick it up for you. Start off Sentinels with either Shell or Med Cloak, your call. Tier 1 Blackthorn and Hog.
Minions have spawned.
Sometimes I will won the wave. If we get there early enough, I hold it so I can get my whole combo on the enemy team. See right here, if I'd used my one, we would have probably hit level 2 already. I was kind of being greedy. I should have just used it. I would have had it back by now. So more times than not, you should end up just using your one right away when you get to the wave to clear it. You can see how much damage we do there with that combo. It's ridiculous with Horus. Nija's ring toss gives them some pretty good damage early on too. Good peel by Nija there. That was a kill otherwise. This is a Master's Conquest ranked game, by the way, as the title suggests. We'll end up having a pretty good match. Harpies annoys Lyrion, unless you really clear that wave early and get it dead before the next wave shows up. I don't like doing it. So like now they've lost the entire wave, and they pay for it. I love that Scylla skin and voice pack. That's probably my favorite in the game. I think it's hilarious. I think Scylla's just got the best voice packs in the game in general.
I'm going for jungle buff. Friend, behind job. Thanks.
If you do get wave ahead and got nothing else to do, I do like heading towards oracles. Getting those down if you can. I always max this too, because I'm trying to kill people early, and that prot shred and damage is just enormous on this too. I do end up leveling his 1 then as well, because I'm super greedy, but I wouldn't fault you if you started a level his heal next. His ult you just put a point into until level 20. I mean, that's the last thing you want to level until you absolutely have to. His ult is very strong, but obviously you don't need more than a point in it. It's nice to have an extra shield and some more damage, but more often than not, that's not what you're using it for. If you don't want to get Blackthorn, you could start Sledge. I would definitely start one or the other. The only problem is, with my build, I go into Caduceus Shield next, so there's just no mana management. I don't find it to be a huge problem if I'm going to go Sledge. Normally, if I am going to go Sledge, I will pick up Med Cloak instead of Shell. So it kind of depends on the game.
That's unfortunate.
At this point in the game, when you have your Blackthorn up, you should always be looking for kills.
Gate middle lane.
Miss ult by Solo.
Don't be such a ballhog.
A little late on the shot 'cause I was stunned out. This is my one big misplay in the game. I wanted to kill Nisha. I was really greedy, and I die for it.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I will skip over rest timers unless there's something going on in the match, and then I'll keep showing it. My auto level got turned off. I should have turned it back on. Pretty annoying.
On my way.
Enemies incoming. No problem.
I didn't want to overcommit there. I don't understand how I didn't hit Cuckoo there. It doesn't make any sense. I literally went right through him. If I hit that stun, Scylla doesn't die, so I don't know what that was about. Boom, we're out. So if you do want to do the Horus ult to get out, just don't hesitate. Just immediately pop it and go. And don't go far. More times than not, you should get out.
An excellent choice.
But don't wait. I mean, literally do it when you're at full health or something like that. Me and Sobek maybe could have just fought our way out of that, but I didn't want to risk it. I knew if I did the ult now, we'd both get out and we'd be fine.
Enemy missing.
Right tower is under attack.
Nisha gets himself in a really bad spot. He just had nowhere to go. I'm not one to hold kills. If I can kill somebody, I'm going to kill them. I know it's good to let
Enemy missing.
anyone else on the team get the kill, but there's been too many times where I let somebody go and they get away, and I just don't do that anymore. If there's a kill, I'm taking it, and the person's dying right then and there.
That's unfortunate.
Only exception would be in a situation like that Nisha where, like, there's absolutely zero chance they're getting out ever, so, you know, then I'll just sit around and wait and let them get the kill, but those moments are pretty far between, or few and far between.
Has been slain.
Set lurks in the shadows. Ward, dispel.
I do like playing support as second jungle for most of the game. I find I win a lot more games when I'm actively involved in trying to get kills versus passively waiting for the enemy team to engage us. I think being the initiator in fights is how you end up winning most. It's just about picking the right times to initiate. Horus is so good at being an initiator and locking somebody down that it just really lends his playstyle to mine. That's why I do so well on him.
Cancel that.
Every time I miss a stun on Horus, I cringe a little bit. I hate missing. Come up just a little bit short, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Makes me very sad.
On my way. On my way.
Ultimate is down.
Also on his 2, you can see I barely hit that back camp or that back wave. You have to be standing right on those front minions in order to get the back minions, which is annoying. Hyra's actually buffed that range a little bit, so you could do that. Before you couldn't hit both. So they at least fixed it, but they gave you 0 room for error. I don't know why they couldn't just make it just a little bit longer. I get it's a strong ability and they want to limit how far it goes, but I mean, come on.
Your middle tower is under attack. Okay.
I was upset here because they didn't help Blue or go on Kali.
Behind
Arachne was right there, and
Ultimate is down. Has been slain.
rather than group up, she went off. At least we get the return kill.
Ultimate is down.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack.
In terms of our kill potential in the game, we're gonna hit our strongest right now.
I cannot survive
We have either Blackthorn and or Sledge up. We got our Caduceus shield up. And you've been ready to kill people the whole time, but especially now through the next few minutes is when, if you want to look for kills, like solo kills, like you kill them, this is when you want to try to use that as much as you can.
Your left tower has been destroyed.
I'm also a huge fan of getting to 30 or 40% on supports for cooldown. I know you watch the pros and they don't always really focus on that, but I find I have the most success when I do that. You know, using your abilities as much as you can in the team fight. Because of that, I do breastplate on him because he can't use Pridwin very effectively. I think it's just a waste of item on him. You already get a shield when you land. It's not super often that you're using it to initiate an entire fight where you can use that Pridwin slow and burst. So
The sky illuminates.
I think you get more value out of breastplate. In that way too, if you end up wanting to go into pestilence and for anti-heal, it keeps you good on mana. He doesn't need a lot of mana, which is another nice thing about Horus. So just having that little bit from breastplate and is usually enough.
This time, don't be such a ball hog.
Here we kind of lost vision of Scylla. I thought she was out and I just ignored her. I didn't realize Kali was going to go that deep. Of course Kali's going to die for that like every time, but I probably could have saved Scylla if I had been watching that more closely.
Enemy missing right.
Gate left lane.
She's upset and she has every right to be. I should have been there. Now why Charybdis and Arachne decided to just go in on this on her is beside me. I mean, just two absolutely useless deaths there.
Thanks.
It's unfortunate. It's nice having a nice, close conquest game, though. I hate it when it's a blowout one way or the other. Even if I'm on the winning team, it just feels dirty. I don't know. It's boring. It's more fun when they're like this.
Enemy missing right.
More fun to watch, too.
Cancel that.
On my way.
Also, not one to hold waves. I don't like doing that. I think it just puts you behind needlessly. If there's a little bit of farm on the map for him to hit, he'll get up here. We can get this tower down. There's other things to do. Especially considering how strong we are and our kill potential. Getting behind on levels is going to hurt us a lot on that. So it's better overall for the team if you stay up in levels. And if sometimes you got to clear waves or camps, and then so be it. Be a lot worse if you start to get useless in team fights because you got behind on levels and you're no longer a threat and you're too easy to kill.
We're gonna need some weak side defense.
So pick up Metcloak as a second relic. You don't have to go Shell and Metcloak. I've been going that pretty often these days. It's nice because Horus can really pick up any relic. He's not someone that needs a specific relic in order to help him get out of certain situations. I do like Mulan support, and I almost always pick up wings on Mulan support because
Enemy missing.
if you don't have a good chance to get a spear to get your escape off, you're stuck using wings to try to get out.
Enemy missing right.
And he doesn't need Horrific Emblem. You can get Horrific Emblem on Horus, and it's certainly good, especially very, very early in the match. But his lockdown's already so good that it's just not necessary. Frenzy would be fine, of course. Ankh if you need it.
Cancel that.
Very flexible in his relic selection.
Your right tower is under attack. Attack the minions.
We were looking for the Gold Fury here, but they had oracles, and you gotta be out of your mind to pull the Gold Fury if the enemy team has oracles. Unless you, even with Scylla secure, I mean, the minute they see us pull the Gold Fury, they're all gonna be heading their way. And the match was too close to where that wasn't a guaranteed win. If I hit my stun, we'd kill. Could call him there. At least we had his Book of the Dead proc out.
Enemies behind us.
Shackle back! Retreat! On my way! On my way!
It's one of those moments where Kali
Enemy missing.
underestimated just how much damage I'm doing at this point in the match. I don't think
Okay.
she'll end up making that mistake again. I pulled this a lot on Horus. Just sneak right in the jungle as quick as you can. Get your ult off. Get a lot of kills that way. That's honestly probably the best use of his ult.
Retreat!
Goodbye.
He's like Thor that way, I guess, or a Thanatos. So if you feel like you need the anti-heal, go into Pestilence. Like I said, I build Shoguns most of the time. I just think it has a ton of utility. You could go Genjis if you don't believe in Shoguns, although
Enemy missing.
I personally love it, and I get the cooldown. I don't think it's a must-have item on this build. I mean, at this point you'll have 30% with Blackthorn and Breastplate, so an extra 10% is just a cherry on top, but anything you feel like you need at this point in the match, I think you could go for.
Enemy missing.
Last item, I split up all the time. Sometimes I go Thebes, honestly last item, which you could say I'm insane, but you actually build stacks so quickly later in the game that I have no problem doing it. I do that a lot. You also could go Height of the Urchin, or you could go Mantle and then sell Blackthorn. It's kind of like whatever you feel like you need. I usually go Thieves. If I don't go Thieves, I'll go Sovereignty or Spectral if there's a Mercury and the ADC's building crit. Really, unless there's a Mercury plus an ADC building crit, I usually don't go Spectral. I don't think it's worth it on the support.
Falling back.
Group up! Your left tower is under attack.
Next time, don't be such a ball hog.
Defend left lane! Okay.
We win a lot of the team fights around FG this match, which helps us a lot. If Charybdis had followed up there, I think we get a kill. Not a bad thing to just be conservative, hang back. It's a really close match up to this point. They have a small gold lead really just because of towers.
Enemy missing.
They have an extra tower in mid and left on us.
Ascend.
If I seen him just a fraction of a second earlier, I maybe could have killed him. I'm fairly low on health though, so I didn't want to push anything. There's really, Arachne was kind of close, but I didn't know where anybody else was, so
Goodbye.
I don't know what Charybdis was doing there. Testing Pyro, I guess, but he should have waited.
On my way.
Got the dead out on him again. Got his beads.
Enemies behind us.
And his ult, even though he gets away, I'm okay with it. We got everything from him. And because of that, I wanted to go back in. Sometimes I'll try to land behind them. It kind of just all depends. If I hit my stun there, he dies right away. Unfortunately, I miss it, and so then it ends up taking forever. hold back blocks so still misses the ult. Can't blame her there.
No problem.
Enemy ultimate down.
So again, I went in. Kuku had used everything, so I knew we could get the kill if we just followed up. Then this sets us up nice for FG. Their reses are super staggered. Horus has enough sustain where I can stick around. I'm giving them Shoguns, I'm giving them Caduceus. I got my heals. Even though I'm low, I can still provide enough utility, so I didn't want to recall and not be here for this.
Retreat. No problem.
Nice FG secure. Finally puts us into a tiny little gold lead.
Be right back.
Goodbye.
Attack left lane.
On my way.
I was thinking about what I wanted to build here. I wanted to go into Sovereignty, which I was going to pick up. Then I was like, oh crap, I'm 17. I need to get Sentinels of Brace. Always buy that as soon as you can. It's a huge upgrade. There'd be no reason not to just buy right away. I went Sovereignty here just because they had 4 physicals and Nisha was building some damage. He has crit in his kit, I know, so I could have gone into a Spectral, but if Nisha's on me, I'd be quite happy, so I didn't want to give him any incentive to not be on me.
Attack left lane.
On my way.
See Kali respecting the Horus damage there, and the lockdown potential. Nothing like getting a free blink out. I'm sure she still has PTSD about me killing her in the mid.
Strike you down. Be careful. Attack middle lane.
No
Best of
problem.
luck.
I don't know why they were lingering over there and hanging out.
No problem.
Just rotate, get the objectives, don't fuck around. There's so many towers to down here. Privatus and Arachne get here so late, it ends up kind of messing up her whole kind of flow. Arachne blows her ult, so she doesn't want to stick around.
Get him. Ready.
I wanted to engage there, but the rest of the team fell back, so I couldn't. This just ends up being a bad play for us. We had Oni, we had FG, we should have been pushing. But I couldn't just do it on my own. This is chaos at this point. Another bees out of Kakalin. So Crib is asking why are we running, and he's right. Oni FG, but that's a call that had been made, so that's unfortunate. We should have gotten a lot more value out of that than we did.
Left lane. On my way.
We do end up winning that team fight, I guess, if you want to call it a win. But I do kind of blame them too for he stuck around Arachne. I don't know if he was trying to help Arachne get out or what the deal was with them being in that jungle like they were.
That's unfortunate.
Be right back.
Wings. Crash them.
Enemy missing.
So essentially all of this has been
Enemy missing right.
on that one push into Cuckoo on the right side of the map's kind of dictated this entire course of the match up to this point for the past few minutes. Really getting to build up a lead here on them. This is really the first major lead of the game. I think just waiting for FG to respawn.
Retreat. Enemies in middle lane.
Group up.
On my way.
No problem.
Attack. Fire shot. Winds. Crush them. Friends behind me. Bye. Gat. Return. I get me spitted for my wings. Attack.
Be
Fire
right
giant.
back.
Goodbye.
No problem. Be right back. Be right back.
Goodbye. Enemy missing.
I love Horus as an initiator because you can dash in, pull off your combo, and just dash right out, and it's kind of like free damage. Just make sure if you do that, or you do want to start initiating fights, that you need to be close enough to your team where you can dash out with your heal. Otherwise you're going to be a dead duck in the water. But what's great about it is you can get out a lot of beads, or shells, or just abilities. Get a lot out about people getting scared about getting CC locked and killed. Don't lose track of your backline.
Ultimate is ready.
Remember, that's why you're there. I do that a little bit here. And I was trying to just lock down Kali to keep her off of them. I don't know how Cuckoo ends up killing there. I don't know if he ulted over a wall or what. I'm not, because he wasn't anywhere near them. You can see how much damage this Cuckoo's doing to our team, which is why I wanted that runic shield.
Ultimate is down.
Attack middle lane. Attack middle lane.
You can see me kind of prowling. I was looking for somebody. I don't know how I end up missing this on Cuckoo. He's gonna die, but not for a while now. Kali had burned her ult in that team fight, so she was never getting out there.
Attack fire. Retreat.
I don't know who she thought she was gonna kill there.
That's unfortunate.
Attack fire.
So I definitely have been slacking on wards this game. Not gonna lie. Not gonna sugarcoat it.
Enemy spotted.
I don't know why I didn't find another ward there.
Attack fire.
I'm a little late here, but they were just at primal, so I know I had some time. Team got kind of ambitious pulling FG like we did. Ends up working out. We get it just after the 30-minute mark, so we get EFG. So it was a good call. I mean, they had just done Fury. That's probably why they kept on it. Poor Sobek.
Ultimate down.
Group up. Come, we shall fly together.
On my way.
Tor Assault ends up working out pretty good.
Attack middle lane.
That's Cuckoo had balls of steel to try to go for this red. Big fuck up by him. I was mega greedy.
Middle enemy tower.
Enemies incoming.
Destroy the middle enemy phoenix. Attack left lane.
Go big or go home.
I got lucky to get that kill. That was greedy. We shouldn't have been doing that.
Ooh, I saw you dropping down.
And we could have just maybe ended until I got that kill. And go on Record Titan right now.
Attack the Titan.
I mean, on her was coming up.
Phoenix.
We didn't have Solbeck. We could have just ended right now if Charybdis had not gone for that kill. The game would have just been over. I mean, and maybe even if I stick in there and the Titan doesn't reset. But I don't know. We're just extending the game a little bit here for no reason. I was gonna ult out, but I was like, I'm fine, I got my dash.
Okay.
And then I realized I got AFG and Cuckoo's alone. And I was like, never mind. Let me go ahead and miss my stun. I'm lucky, Sobek was really nice and stuck around. That was quite nice of him.
On my way.
I will strike you down. Thanks.
At this point, we have a guaranteed win. There's nothing they can do to stop us. That's one of the great things about Horus is we have the Horus ultimate. We don't have to fight our way through them at all. We just drop on the Titan and we win. So that was one of those reasons why I backed off that fight like I did, because I knew we could just come back and clean it up.
Group up.
On my way.
And honestly, even if the Titan
Fury.
was healthier than he was, we still would end up just burning it down too quickly. By the time you drop 5 people on top of the Titan with every ability up, even if it was at half or 3/4 health, it's still gonna just melt at this, at 34 minutes in the game.
Cancel that.
Not an issue.
Group up. Group up.
Wait.
Group up.
You saw in Worlds how much the pros like playing the magical ADCs right now, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to get this Horus video up, is just to show my favorite warrior support, especially if you got a magical ADC. I think Horus is the strongest warrior support right now. He got a lot of buffs that people kind of glossed over and didn't pay much attention to, but it put him in a really good position. And I've been having tons of fun with him and tons of success. This is the build I've been using for most matches. Like I said, switch out maybe Sovereignty for a Thebes or an Urchin or Mantle or something like that, but for the most part, this is what I'm going with. And appreciate you guys watching. Hope you try them out. If you do, just remember to hit that combo. You guys have a good day or night.
Yeah.